Thank you, Deputy Premier. In terms of the spread of infection, of today's cases, more than 57% were in the northern suburbs of metropolitan Melbourne. The local government areas included 194 cases in Hume, 80 cases in Whittlesea, 47 cases in Moreland, 23 cases in Darebin, 10 cases in Banyule and 8 cases in Yarra. In the western suburbs of Melbourne, there were cases including 27 in Melton, 52 in Wyndham and 34 in Brimbank. And in the southeast, we've seen cases including 26 cases in Casey, 14 in Cardinia, 7 in Stonington, 8 in Port Phillip and 7 in Kingston. In terms of regional Victoria, there were 11 cases in regional Victoria reported yesterday. There was 1 case in Wangaratta, and this is believed to have been acquired in Melbourne. In East Gippsland, there was 1 case. However, this is the residential address of this case, but they are in New South Wales and acquired their infection in New South Wales. There were 2 new cases in Geelong, 1 believed to have been acquired in Melbourne, and the other case is being reviewed by an expert panel today to reassess whether or not it actually is a true positive result. There were 4 cases in Mitchellshire. 2 of these are household contacts of known cases, and the other 2 cases are still under investigation. In Mooraboolshire, there were 2 new cases, and these once again were household contacts of known cases. And finally, there was 1 new case in Macedon Ranges. The source of acquisition of this case is unclear and is still being investigated. As the Deputy Premier announced, we're very pleased to be able to end the lockdown in Ballarat. We do have a positive case who resides in Melbourne but worked at the Gov Hub in Ballarat. And we believe that this person was the acquisition source for yesterday's case in Ballarat, who also works at the Gov Hub. We have declared the Gov Hub in Ballarat a Tier 1 exposure site from the 13th to the 17th of September, and all of the staff who were present on those dates are currently quarantining and getting tested. The site's now closed, but we don't believe there's any impact to service because the staff are all now working from home. In terms of a few sites of interest with regard to our outbreak, an aged care home in Meadow Heights has 21 cases now. The figures that we reported yesterday were the wrong way around, so just to clarify those numbers, there are 17 cases among residents and 4 cases in staff, making up that 21. Some of the residents have been admitted to hospital, mostly for public health reasons and a few for clinical monitoring. There are 11 cases attributed to a construction warehouse in Craigieburn, and there's also 15 cases attributed to a wholesale food and supermarket site in Somerton, and the store is closed while staff are isolating. In terms of vaccinations, you've heard about the construction blitz, and although there was minimal uptake last week, we're now seeing significant demand in this construction worker blitz, which we're very pleased about. We've had long queues at our walk-up blitz sites, which is fantastic to see, and we want to thank everybody who's doing the right thing coming forward to get vaccinated. As the Minister has said, the Chief Health Officer has advised that staff in schools and early childhood are the next cohort that will be required to show their vaccination status. We've seen significant case numbers amplifying in school settings and in early childhood settings. And we can't obviously list all of those settings now, and it could happen in any school, but this vaccination will keep communities safe. Just wanted to mention some other pop-up vaccination sites, including the Australian Islamic Centre, and backed by popular demand, we've opened a 3rd week of vaccinations at this location in Newport. When the new appointments were released, we saw more than 1,000 bookings within 24 hours, which is very impressive. The site has actually done more than 6,300 vaccinations so far. And the Springvale Town Hall is another pop-up site. This is a new site that's actually opening up today, and it will be running up until Sunday. I'll now hand back over to the Deputy Premier.